Hello everybody, this is Mark Evans, your instructor for COM151, Introduction to Microsoft Office. I'm recording this message on Wednesday afternoon because I set up an original message and welcome video for you for Sunday this past Sunday, and I found out this morning that it's not working right. So I'm re-recording my welcome video to you, and I hope that you'll be able to log on to this one. Obviously, if you can't, I wouldn't know it, so I'll check it again later and we'll see what happens. Such it is with technology. Microsoft Office is a suite of products that we're going to be studying this term. It has a whole bunch of software programs in it. There's Microsoft Outlook, which is the email and the calendar and the to-do list. There's OneNote, which is a great program for saving information and a central point to collect information, you know, that kind of thing. Microsoft Word, where you can do documents and various things like that. Microsoft Excel, which is a fun program that once you nail down order of operations and some of the basic formulas with that, you'll have a lot of fun with that program. You can do some really fancy math without a lot of math knowledge if you know how to set it up. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be working on PowerPoint, which is a presentation software, but it can also be used somewhat as a word processor, if you will, or a note page kind of thing. So we'll be looking at that, and then we will introduce to you a relational database called Microsoft Access. So databases are very powerful programs. You won't learn a lot about that in this term because that's a class all by itself. But we'll introduce it to you and help you to understand what a relational database is and what some of the basics of those things are. We will finish the class with another look at Outlook, the calendar and the to-do lists and that sort of thing. And this will be a good overview of all of those different programs. You probably will not become a master of any of them. I know that when I was going to American National University, we took COM151, which kind of whets your appetite and gives you an idea of all the different programs. And then you had classes that were specific to Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel or Access. And so there you delved into it and became really, really good at those individual programs. So you're going to learn a lot of stuff. I like to call it an inch deep and a mile wide. Don't expect to be perfect at it, but expect to have a good understanding of it. And hopefully it'll whet your appetite to go out and learn more about it. So we're going to be together for the next 10 weeks. Each week I will make 3 announcements on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday and update you on things that are going on. So make sure you're checking those. We have discussion questions. They're every week. They're posted on Sunday. Don't forget that your first post is due on Wednesday night at midnight and your second post by Saturday night at midnight. You cannot make those up, so if you miss them, you just happen to miss them. You can work ahead a little bit on those. You don't have to wait till Wednesday night or Saturday night, obviously, to do the discussions. Please take a few minutes and look at the guidelines for the discussion posts, the syllabus, obviously the late grade policy, those kind of things, and make sure that you conform to those so that you can get the best grade that you can possibly get. In addition to the discussions, there are processes that you'll be doing in the MindTap program. That's where you'll actually be practicing with the various programs. So what you'll do is you'll log on into Canvas. You'll go to the week 1, week 2, etc. And then you will click in those weeks and click on each of the assignments or the quizzes or exams. They take you out to the MindTap program. You follow the directions there. It lets you practice, it lets you turn in your work, and then it's graded, and after that it's synced back to Canvas where the grades would be entered into Canvas. Please make sure you follow the instructions in MindTap. It can be a little finicky sometimes, so when it tells you to save a file by a certain file name, make sure you do that, or you may have problems uploading it. If you try to do these things on this program, or the training classes, if you will, on a laptop, it should work just fine as long as you got Microsoft Office 2016 or the 365 should do just fine. If you try to do it on a phone or an iPad, you're going to run into a lot of problems. So don't even go there. It's not going to work for you. Each time you post in a discussion post, I'll be reading them as well and logging in and participating in the conversations with you as well. Feel free to email me or text me if you have questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll learn a lot together. I hardly ever teach a class that I don't also learn something from somebody, a new trick or trade or something that they do. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see, we will do at least 2, maybe more, what we call Zoom conferences. Those are web-based conferences that we'll log into. We'll see each other face to face, and I will actually pull up the programs on my computer and show you some of the things that you're learning in MindTap and discussing in the discussion posts. And I would send that out to you a few days before those things happen. All you have to do is click the link and join that Zoom conference at that time that we designate. If we have a Zoom conference and you're at school or you're working or you just can't attend, then the Zoom conference is recorded for you to watch. So these things are graded. They're an easy 100 if you participate and do them, and that helps the grade up tremendously. If you are not there and you watch the recording, then you simply send me an email and say, hey Mark, I've watched Zoom conference number 1, 2, whatever, and then I'll update the grades there. So that's kind of an overview of the class. I hope this helps you some. I look forward to working with you. We're going to have a lot of fun over the next 10 weeks as we see everything that we can do with Microsoft Office. Have a great week.